Hey everybody, Professor Malott here. I hope you're enjoying the nicer weather. I know I sure am. So let me do this real quick, walk you through week 14. We are heading into the last 2 weeks of the semester. I can hardly believe that we're at the end. So now you are focused on your recast projects. Hopefully it's not a lot of extra work for you. It's just kind of a different way of thinking about the topic that you presented in your research argument essay. So some of the things you're going to be working with this week deal with things like copyright, Creative Commons, using images and providing credit for the visuals that you might be incorporating in your recast project. If you aren't incorporating visuals, then you don't really need to worry too much about it. But this is kind of an extension of how we were working with sources, with your works cited, and now it's like, ooh, we have to think of how to do this in a different way, how to provide proper citation for images and things like that. So you have an extra week. This week, you do not have the final for your recast project due. That is due at the very end of our classes in week 15. And then well, I'll talk more about that in a minute. So what you need to do, I've provided some resources for you to work through and take a look at. Again, I have a link to some recast project examples that past students, both from UC and other colleges, have done. And I hope those have presented a different way of looking at things so that you understand what we're really trying to get you to do in the recast project. There's also a page for copyright, fair use, and Creative Commons. I'm going to open that one up because there are a couple of embedded videos there that will help you to understand copyright and fair use and the types of things that you need to be on the lookout for when you are incorporating images and that kind of stuff. So if a document doesn't specify that it's in the public domain, it means it can't be freely used by anyone, and you need to make sure that you cite the source. There is a doctrine of fair use, and I'm going to let you read more about this, which lets you use small parts of copyrighted works, not the whole thing in itself, and usually for educational purposes, using small parts of copyrighted materials is okay. So the purpose of this page is for you to read the information, watch the videos, understand a little bit more about copyright, fair use, and Creative Commons. So there are 2 videos. They're pretty short. Doesn't take a whole lot of time to look through them. And then there are some suggestions here at the bottom for searching images online and how you can find images that are in the Creative Commons or provide use, like fair use or use of copyrighted materials for certain situations. So read through that information. You can do reverse image searches, read about Creative Commons images, the Library of Congress digital collections, and a bunch of other things. So this is a really important page for you to look through and absorb the information from. The next page is citing your sources. What is common knowledge, right? So this is an embedded library guide page. There's a short video, again, that explains what common knowledge is, provides some examples, and provides you with some questions that you can think about when it comes to quoting and citing things that may not be common knowledge. Okay, so that is common knowledge. And then here for watching, of course, you're watching this brief video as well as the videos that are embedded in those pages. We have a quiz that will be due on the 16th, next Sunday. And that one's fairly short. I think it's probably only 10 questions. And of course, you have multiple times to get the correct answers. You can it should be pretty easy to pass and get a good score, is the point I'm making here. And then journal number 6 is just asking you to imagine your audience. So I'll open this page. It has a list of some questions, and you could submit it in the text box or upload a document. But asking you to consider what your ideal audience is for your recast project. It may be completely different than the academic audience that you chose for your research argument essay. Perhaps you want to reach people like you, or you want to reach a different type of, a different segment of society that you wouldn't necessarily be able to reach with a more academic piece, like an essay, right? So that is imagining your audience. So again, those are the 2 things that are due this week. We get back to the main module page for week 14, and you see here down at the bottom that you should continue working on your recast project. You are welcome to submit an additional draft for me to take a look at if you want to. You can email it to me, or just ask me questions. Again, that's fine. And if you are completely done and you want to submit it, I ask that you go to the week 15 module or go to the assignment page. We can go to assignments here. And I'll show you if you are indeed done. I have a very slow connection, so it's very slow for my pages to be loading. But if we get to the assignment eventually, there we are, you will see here the recast project. And it says recast project, final project submission. It is due April 20th, which I believe is a Thursday. It might be the last Thursday of the, when classes end, that week that classes end. But this is the submission link for that. And that's where you would find it. But it's also in the week 15 module. Going forward, let's again go back to the modules. You will see here, we're in week 14. The following week will be week 15, April 17th through the 22nd. And then I have here finals week, right? We do not have a final in this class, as you should know, but you do have a final course reflection essay. So this is different than the university-wide course evaluation that students are sent. You do this for every course, right? You fill out an evaluation and it asks you about the instructor and the course materials, et cetera, so on and so forth. And you'll be getting a link for that fairly soon. Those should be opening up pretty soon. And I appreciate getting that feedback because that helps me to refine the courses and improve my teaching approach. But this course reflection is a little bit different, and this serves kind of as your final, quote unquote, final. But it's just a short essay, and you can choose not to write it and instead do an audio visual presentation, or just an audio if you want to speak through and address the various course outcomes. So I'll talk more about that as we get into week 15, but for now, that's just looking ahead to see what we have. So good luck with the recast projects. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. That's why I'm here. And if you want me to look at if you sent a draft already, have made some comments and you've made some changes and you want me to look at it before you actually submit it for the week 15 assignment, you're free to do that. I don't have a problem looking over things. Okay, that's it. I'm going to stop talking now. Enjoy the rest of your week. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.